Hello and welcome. This video is intended to serve as an overview of library services available to graduate students enrolled in RIT's online degree programs or at RIT's global campuses in Croatia, Dubai, or Kosovo. As you can see, the librarians at RIT have prepared an online guide containing information and services for graduate students, which I am showing on the screen now. First, you'll notice that we instruct you to start with your librarian. Depending on your specific program, you may be able to work with the subject librarian dedicated to the specific degree that you are pursuing, or from a librarian or library staff member at your global campus location. All global and online graduate students are welcome to contact Susan Me, the Liaison Librarian for online learning and global campuses. Susan is available to work with global and online graduate students on things like conducting library research, searching library databases, developing effective strategies for literature searching and literature review, creating bibliographies and citing references, as well as answering questions about general library services. She can be contacted by email, instant message, or Skype. RIT's library subscribes to a large number of online databases and full-text information sources, all of which can be used from anywhere with an internet connection and RIT student credentials. These would be your RIT username and password, the same that you use to access your RIT email. If you notice the databases page on the guide, you'll be able to use the search summon box to search our summon database. This is the largest single search of all of the online literature sources available through the RIT libraries. It's really intended to be a starting point for your research. As you become more familiar with research sources in your specific discipline, you will no doubt find individual databases to be relevant and be very useful for identifying articles, ebooks, and things of that nature that fit your program of study best. In order to start exploring these individual databases, use the Database Finder. The Database Finder allows you to search for a specific database by title or description, and it also allows you to browse our collection of online databases by subject area or by resource type. On the online training page of the guide, I'd like to draw your attention to the fact that all RIT graduate students have access to our institute-wide subscription to lynda.com. You can use Lynda to learn a new technical skill or practical skill at your own pace, and you can supplement your classroom-based learning with self-paced online learning courses from Lynda. Moving now to the services page of the info guide. If you are a student at an RIT global campus, you can use IDS Express interlibrary loan service to obtain items not included in our database subscriptions. Global campus graduate students can also use IDS Express to request books from the RIT library here in Rochester for home delivery. Global campus students do not have to pay the return shipping charges if you return the books to the library on your home campus. If you are a student in an online graduate degree program, you can use IDS Express to obtain items not included in our database subscriptions and use IDS Express to request books from the RIT library for home delivery. However, online graduate students must be responsible for paying the return shipping cost. The library covers the FedEx delivery cost of sending the book to you. Next, I'd like to briefly mention a few of the tools described on the tools page of the guide. The RIT librarians recommend getting to know how to use an online citation management program early on in your research process. We recommend a number of different online citation management programs. You may try EndNote, Zotero, or Mendeley. Any of these will prove helpful for you as you work on your graduate research. You may use the dissertation and thesis calculator to manage your time as you work toward completing your final capstone, and you may be interested in using the LibX browser plugin to connect directly to the library's resources while browsing the web. Next, I'd like to briefly discuss publishing your capstone project. I'm now viewing our thesis instructions guide on the RIT Info Guides collection, and on the instructions page under Graduate Capstone and Master's Project Process, you will find information pertaining to students at RIT's global campuses. Students at RIT's global campuses are encouraged to submit their final project work, whether it's a thesis, capstone, or master's project, to RIT ScholarWorks. ScholarWorks is an open access digital library of RIT-produced scholarly research. The library will publish and archive your work permanently in the ScholarWorks repository, where it will be globally available to anyone who wishes to read it. Work with your primary advisor to submit your final project. And please follow the instructions shown on this tab of the Thesis Instructions Info Guide. One final note for those of you viewing this video from one of our global campuses. There are additional info guides available just for graduate students at each of our global campus sites. Choose the global campus location from the info guides homepage that corresponds to your location. This concludes the presentation. Please visit infoguides.rit.edu/gradinfo to connect directly to the resources mentioned in this presentation.